Cybersecurity. Any ideas? So do you all think that we are secured? Anyone? Why is that? Can I know? Why do you think you are not secured? Yeah.
There have been many cases these days that children have been, because of Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, WhatsApp, Facebook and all that, many children from 16 and below have been caught into these, cyber problems, cyberbullying and all that. So I don't think we are safe, cyber security wise.
That's great. Anyone else? Do you think that we are secure? Yes, starting from social media, as you said, children below 16, right? They are into cyberbullying and stuff. So we are into technologies, right? So 20, 30 years back, we had technologies, but issues were very less. Security issues were very less. We had, but now technology is into next level. At the same time, the issues are rising up, right? Just from your mobile phone. We're into social media. We are using different kind of applications, giving different kind of, for all the applications permissions and stuff. Starting from that, our data, right? Different applications, different websites collect our data. We are not secure. So the point here is we have to protect the digital system, our network, and our data. We are in issues, right? That's what we are here to discuss about it. So unauthorized access. I'll start from unauthorized access. We'll start from our mobile phone itself. We use mobile phone, computers, the other computer devices. So simply we install an application. First what we usually do, go to Play Store, App Store, just search for an application, right? Just click on download and install. We don't even read about the terms and conditions. We don't even read about the data privacies. What kind of data they will collect it, for what are the purpose they will use it. We don't even read anything. The terms and conditions are there. We just click on next, install. We just start using it. The issue starts from there itself. They collect our personal data. So why? We give different access to the different applications. Camera access, file management, photos and videos, all the other settings, microphone. So the same access that we have it for our mobile phone, all the applications also have the same kind of access. Issue starts from there, right, to our data. So we have to make sure the confidentiality on our data. We make sure that our data is confidential. It's not accessed by the other people, right? Integrity, whether the data is trustworthy, not modified by the other people. We can't assure that one, right, with this digital era, with this applications and all these things we are using. Right, so we live in a connected world with social media, right? So we connected with all the people where we upload all our informations, right? We travel, we go to different places, we watch a movie, have new food, right? Go to a new restaurant. We upload everything into social media, right? So all our feelings, you take Facebook, have different activities. So whatever the things that we feel, right? Whatever the activities we do, we can tag that, right? All our informations we are giving to the social medias, right? So what? Social media collect all our informations and, all our data for them, market, right? Sell the data into different people. They advertise all the product into our timeline. You go to a different application, a browser, search for something. In the next login, you can see the advertisement. You're looking for, searching for some laptops or some mobile phones. In the next login, you can see from this store with a discount, you can see the advertisement. How come? So I search something in a different application, appears in a different application. How come that? We are being monitored, right? So we are living in the connected world. Okay, think about the devices connected into the different places. right? We connect to Wi-Fi. We connect to different, devices. You connect to your friend's mobile phone, laptop, right? You connect to a CarPlay. You connect it to unknown Wi-Fi. So we have to think about the threats on that. So ask you a question, one more question, right? So here we have a free public Wi-Fi. No password, open Wi-Fi, maximum speed. We have, 4 or 5 movies to download, right? All the applications are updates pending, right? A very high-speed network, open Wi-Fi. How many of you will really connect it? Honest answers? Will you? Reason? There are risks, right? But most of the people do that, right? That's why we make mistake. So we don't know who are the people who have already connected. We don't know the intention of that free Wi-Fi, in the name of free Wi-Fi. So maybe a hacker waiting for someone to connect it and see all our data, right? Because we connect it, our device is connected, we do all the access through that. They can monitor, right? You log into an unsecured website using your Google account. So the password can be tracked. The website is not encrypted. They can see all your information, some common threats we will discuss about it. Phishing, ransomware, brute force attacks, malware, social engineering. So talking about phishing, that's one of the main the attack that we all face. We randomly get some messages, some links. Congratulations, you have won 250 GB from this. Click the link to, they will randomly give some link. So we click on that link, go into that, ask some informations. What we do? We log in with our accounts. So there, all the people just in the background collecting all our data. That happens, right? Nowadays, the work. Congratulations, we have received your CV. You have selected for this job, right? Visit this link. Or pay 5,000 for registration, where people get scammed, right? And those days, like 5 years, 7 years back, the famous phishing, send this link to 20 groups, right? You will receive 200 GB, you will receive cash. Where people send that link, click on that link, right? They get scammed. Phishing is one of the most dangerous attack that we face. Ransomware. Any idea about ransomware? Right? Where, hackers get into our system through a malware, through a virus, right? So ransom is one of the malware type where they encrypt our all files. They lock all our files and demand cash to, unlock that one. So they give some encryption codes. We have to apply that one. Then only we can just, decrypt and see that message. So just imagine, all your files are fully blocked. Your assignments, your personal photos, right? All your important documents, everything locked. And you don't have any other option. So what we will do? So only way is, you pay the amount, and will you really think that they will give the data back? So okay. So for one each file they demand $1. There are thousands of files. So I pay $1,000. So I won't have the assurance to get the files back, right? Another important issue that we have with ransomware, brute force attack. This is about all we use the passwords, right? So hackers, they guess the passwords till they succeed. Random passwords. So that's why passwords are really important. Strong passwords are really important. What we sometimes have 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D, date of birth, mobile numbers, or sometimes some people have same email as the password. These are very easy to guess, right? 1, 2, 3, ABC. ABC at 1, 2, 3, 1 to 9, right? Date of birth. These are very much easy. Just like that, right? Within a second, that hackers can guess all these passwords. Brute force attack. So that's where it is really recommended to have very strong passwords. Minimum 8 characters with lowercase, uppercase characters, right? Not related to any of your personal informations, right? And then we have malwares. We call it malicious software. Works as a software, right? Pirated softwares we download from untrusted sources. Works as a software, but in the background they collect all our data. They monitor our system, spy, viruses, spy on us, right? Ransomware is one of the malware that we have it, right? And then comes the social engineering. You forgot about the tools and techniques, all the technologies and stuff. Social engineering is one of the easiest way to get informations. Hack the people. Rather than using the tools, get into the network, get into the system, right? Hack all the systems, right? It's just, talk to the people, right? Trick them, get informations, right? Just, asking about your personal informations, get your personal informations, apply it into something and try to, get into the systems, right? Talking to you and, some fake calls and all these things. That scam happens everywhere, especially in Sri Lanka. When you take these days, we receive with AI and all these things, right? With deep fake voice, video calls, right? Where they call and pretend to be like the daughter or the son calling their mother, right? Make them panic, right? Telling that, okay, I stuck into this. Just can you quickly send me these informations? Can you send me the OTP? Can you send some cashes? Trick the people, right? So this is what I was talking about it. So
about that password tracking, does it happen using AI-based tool or is it a software? How do they do that?
Yeah, the password is basically, you're talking about the social engineering password. Password tracking basically, it depends. So I visit an unsecured website. There are secure, unsecured website. So unsecured website where whatever the information that we give it to the website is not encrypted, which means I type my email address, my password, as it is. As a text form, it will travel to the server. So someone in between me and the server monitoring that, they can have a copy of it, where it's open text. So I just type it 1, 2, 3, 4 at something. As it is, it will travel, can be easily tracked. So we have to use encrypted website, secured website to avoid that. Tricks like that. And then when you use a simple password, as I told you, 1, 2, 3, 4 something, it's just about guessing. Okay. Email. So my email. No. Yeah, it's not actually AI based. So AI based means what? Password tracking and all these things. We can't guess it. Like it's not machine learning, all the data learned and getting an output. It's all about guessing the password means what? We just try till we get the possible password, the possible outcome, right? They type and check on it. There could be tools like, there are some AI models trained to type it. Like for example, I can't type it 100 times, 200 times, password possible, it's not possible. Maybe there could be some models trained, data given accordingly. Yes.
Yeah. In AI, now we can search many things. You just enter a topic, then you get the answer. So now that subject is okay. But then when it's come for some embassies, like US embassy, can they find that information through any other ways, whatever the information I search from AI? Is there any mechanism?
You're basically asking, so whatever I search it, can someone else see? It depends on how we are using our system. So, okay, we'll take our mobile phone. So, mobile phone, we give different applications access, right? Unknown applications we give microphone, camera. Sometimes we install a third-party screen recorder or something where they can have an access to our screen, where they can see our screen from their system. I take a screenshot or something to have something. So the screenshot saved in your gallery. So we give access to a third-party application to the gallery. They could see. When you visit some websites, so some websites ask us to accept the cookies. So where we have to accept it, and then only we can access this. So accept the cookies means what? Throughout that browser, whatever we search, they can have an idea about it. So from that part, they collect the data, right? They just, prefer the advertisements. So technically, yes, but we can avoid it by giving limited access. For example, so I just download a random application, right? So those days I'm talking about it. Now we have torchlight and all these things inbuilt with our mobiles. Those days we had to install different applications for that. Now we have inbuilt editing tools and all these things. Those days we have to install third-party applications to edit, give some filters and stuff. To edit an application, or edit a photo, okay, you give access to your gallery. But why we have to give access to our contacts? Why we give access to our microphone? Why do we need to accept our cookies or give access to the browsers or different accounts? No need that, right? So we have to avoid these things. Yes, applications, third-party applications can see, can read our messages if it is not encrypted, can listen to what we are talking if the microphone access is given. But it's us who are the one have to limit that. There's a chance.
We have to accept the cookies if we won't download the app.
Yes. Okay, so you accept the cookies, you browse the site, so whatever the downloads that you do it, so once you are completed, you have to clear the cookies, clear the cache. So what we do is, we accept the cookies, within 5 minutes, we are done with that website, all our work done, and then we forget to clear the cookies, that will be there. So sometimes, even with some applications, we install, use it for 1 hour, we use it for 2 hours or 2 days, 1 week, and then the application still will be there. So once you are completed, remove the permissions. So sometimes we have to accept, then only we can work with the system or the applications. So once you are done with that, remove everything. That's a better way.
Just for information, I still see, yes, as you said, yes, but then nowadays even high-profile embassies, they are also using this AI through AI, because whatever the information we put it in the clouds and everything, they can access it. They see whatever the history you access, and then if anything sensitive information, you are gone. Even you don't need to tell those information, US embassy or any other embassies, they can find it. Yeah.
So when you use the cloud, right, whatever the information we put into the cloud or something, it's just only with the organization. Unless the organization give any third-party permissions or access to that system, no one can see. So whatever the cloud, the leading clouds, Azure or be it AWS, Google, right, all are full secured. The third party cannot just like that enter into the system. Maybe I use any computers with any already infected viruses, malwares. From that, can monitor. So let's say I access my own personal accounts using public Wi-Fi, unsecured Wi-Fi network connected. From that they can enter into our system, can monitor it. But technically, directly cannot be accessed. So these are the questions that I already asked about it, about the public Wi-Fi connections, right? Having strong passwords and stuff. So some of the famous phishings where they pretend to be like the company and try to trick us, click on the link, they make us to click on the link, make us to give informations, steal the informations, get money from us. You can see some famous, this one. So exactly looks like that. So you see the second image, it's from DHL, right, the courier service. Exactly looks like from an official company, right, exactly from DHL. But what we really do is, when we are familiar with some words, we don't fully read it. We just read the first letter, somewhere in the middle letter, and the last letter, and our mind think that, okay, this is that exact word. But when we just deeply check on that, the email address and all these things are not from official. But you see the templates, same like original. And then they send some job vacancies, bitcoins, and all these things. So where they trick the people, make them to connect it, collect all the informations. So these some memes that I connected for students. We don't fall into the phishing attacks if we don't check the emails. Okay, so the basic idea from this one is we have to use strong passwords, and we should not repeat the password everywhere. Sometimes what we do is, most of us, we have one strong password, be it Google, Facebook, Instagram, any other tools, same password everywhere. We remember all the lyrics, songs lyrics that released 20 years ago, but the 10 character, 15 character passwords, we can't remember it. So what we do, same password everywhere. So if I can just guess your one password, just put into all the other platforms, it's possible, right? So multiple passwords. It's recommended that the passwords are unique, not related to your personal information. Better you change your passwords regularly, updating your password regularly, right? That is really needed information. So we enable the two-factor authentications. So we can get secure from the passwords. So when someone trying with a unique passwords, you'll go into the two-step verifications and OTP or your email verifications. And not clicking on the suspicious link without verifying, okay, this is actually from a trusted source. We randomly get some links. So without verifying the links, it's not recommended to click the link and give your personal information. Same like that call, right? Call from banks and asking for your informations. Without verifying with banks, it's not recommended to give you. So keep the softwares and OS updated where we have security patches, new security updates. So it's really recommended to have your softwares and your OS updates. So about the public Wi-Fis, because as I told you, just because we are getting a free Wi-Fi doesn't mean that it is secured. So people are monitoring from that, right? So whenever you connect it to a public Wi-Fi, you will randomly receive a link. So I click on that link. I already connected to unknown Wi-Fi. I randomly click in on suspicious link where I give informations. So they monitor whatever the packets passes through the network, not encrypted. All your information as it is traveled can capture it. This is how they trick us. So cybersecurity as a career. So at Achievers International Campus, so we teach, okay, whatever I told you is just a brief. So starting from diploma to MSc level, we have cybersecurity specialized program. From diploma, we teach the cybersecurity issues, awareness, we teach them the tools, and then when moving into the high national diplomas, we have cybersecurity specializations, where you can do cybersecurity as your selective as your careers, right? And then BSc, MSc specialized in cybersecurity with universities. So where we can become a cybersecurity analyst, ethical hacker, penetration testing, where you can do system, network, and all these things. You can penetrate tester. A forensic investigator, where you can be you can become an investigator on any cyber crimes, right? Forensics. So any cyber crime happens, we have a separate section for forensics, digital forensics, where we will teach how to become a forensics officer, all the ethical, legal considerations that we have to look into when you do an investigation. So we have more practical over there. That's one of the most important subject in cybersecurity. You can become a consultant, security consultant for organizations too. So these are the main careers that we have within cybersecurity. So AI with cloud, AI and cloud security and all these things we have it. So we have at Achievers International Campus, we have network stream, we have cybersecurity. Especially in this cloud and AI and also in IoT, we connect these two and we just come up with advanced cybersecurity solutions that we teach for students. It's not only the theoretical, we maximum do the practical oriented subjects that is aligned with the industry standards, industry requirements. So my final tips, things before you click. So not every links are the true one. So there could be malicious link, malicious packets can travel. So stay updated, stay alert. So this is our personal responsibility. We protect our future, we protect all the people around us, right? So it's not just only about me. I connected to a public Wi-Fi. From the public Wi-Fi, again I go home and connect it to my network. So all the network, the devices could be connected together. So there, if my device is infected, it could spread into the other devices as well, if it is in all the in the same network. So we protect ourselves and we protect all the people around us. So our data is valuable, protect it. Yes, so thank you for your attention. Any questions? Any questions?
Somebody bypass the video, WhatsApp video call encryption? Can somebody bypass?
No, WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted. So where only you can see it. So you can see whenever you start a new message, you can see in the top message says that WhatsApp is end-to-end encrypted, where WhatsApp or third party cannot see. So as a third party applications, or WhatsApp itself cannot read the message between the two people. It's fully end-to-end encrypted. So basically WhatsApp and all the other leading messenger applications, chats are fully secured. Yes. Everything, be it Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, Telegram, Signal, all are end-to-end encrypted, where they use encryption standards, advanced encryption standards. It's fully secured. So it's 100%. So unless you allow someone else to see the WhatsApp or access the WhatsApp, it is not recommended. So there are some applications those days that we had it. It's called 𝗏 WhatsApp, where nowadays what we have phone calls where we can add multiple people, video calls, add multiple people into a group. We can add more than 200, 250 people. So before some time, WhatsApp is restricted with some options. You cannot add more than 5 people or something, or you cannot add into a call. You cannot add 200 people into a group. You cannot send larger files. So there was an application called 𝗏 WhatsApp, which is not the official version. It's a pirated version available in online. What people do is thinking that it's the actual WhatsApp. They download that and use it. where they do their personal communications, send personal documents, do any very sensitive conversations. There we cannot expect the security, because it's not the actual WhatsApp. So we should not fall into third-party applications like that.
Can somebody log into my computer like AnyDesk kind of application without sending
No, it cannot be done. So to connect through the AnyDesk, you have to have your ID, right? When they connect it, you have to accept the connections. So it's fine. Otherwise, you cannot connect it. So if for example, like let's say once I connected to your computer, so I still have the ID. ID regularly changes whenever you have an update. Sorry?
unethical hackers also
No, it's like this. So getting to know your any disk ID, right? Unless any third-party softwares or anything installed in your system through that monitoring, it's possible. But without directly sharing, or if your system is fully secured, it cannot be done.
knowing if you download some third-party app, then they can.
Yes, so it depends. Sometimes we give access to screen recording. What we do is we install some third-party screen recorders. So where we give access to the screen, right? Screen is recorded. So they have the access. The third-party application have the access. So if you record it, it's visible. Can possibilities there. Yes. So it's not recommended to download in unverified applications.
Apple App Store, if you download, is it secure because it's iPhone?
You're asking the applications from App Store.
On the App Store, yes.
Yeah, it's like this. All the applications are not good. So we have to check whether the application is verified. We have to think about the publisher of the applications. We have to go through their terms and conditions, their data privacies. If you're okay with that, you can download it. And also, some applications will ask you the access to everything. Sometimes, for example, you are downloading, for example, a photo editing tool. You don't have to give access to the context, right? No need to give the access to other important permissions, the access. So all these things you can avoid it. So once you use that, once you're done with that, it's recommended to remove all the permissions. Sometimes they ask location information where they can track your locations every time. So we think that, okay, application is closed, but still in the background it monitors your this one. So unless if you're not sure with the applications, if you're not sure with who is the publisher of it, it's recommended not to use it. Allow while using, right? So that's one of the recommended. So only while you're using the applications, yeah. Or sometimes allow once. So those are some of the settings, the precautions that we can do. I'm not saying this 100% we can be secure, but up to some extent we can secure system, the tools. Yeah.
Now, according to your opinion and knowledge, and this cyber security issue, is it increasing with AI involvement or decreasing?
It increases. Because with AI I talked about the deep fake and all these things. It becomes one of the easier way for all the scammers. Easiest way to, as I told you, the data learning and all these things. With my point of view, I mean, it's the coin has two sides, right? With the AI, attacks and everything increases at the same time. Defense mechanism also increases with AI. It's 50-50. But compared to the previous technologies, now with AI, it definitely increases, especially for the scammers, as I told. Thank you. Excuse me.